Hey. Whoops.
Hey, everybody.
Here we are. Oh, my God. Look at that. I'm a lumberjack, but I'm not okay. I have to adjust the cameras, so go ahead, Banshee.
Yeah, am I on camera at all? Look at half of me.
You're half the woman you used to be.
The things I put up with around here.
Sorry, everyone. Is that better?
I can't see it. Yes, it's much better. We can almost see Bly in there now. Bly is there. Yes, you can see Bly. And with Bly is her friend, Dabney, who I'm not going to bring out here right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee, and we're burnt out. We had a very busy day, productive day yesterday.
We just flew back in on our brooms from wherever yesterday, and boy, are we tired.
No, we were at the Detroit Witches Ball reading cards and selling some old decks. Made some money on some of my old decks, which was nice. We made our table money back, which was nice. Well, sort of. Something is lacking a little bit. I mean, we either made our table money back and part of an expense for our damaged credit card reader, which we had to replace.
We used it 4 times and then it broke.
I'm so angry about that, and this is the last time I'm spending money on it. If it doesn't work, that's it. I know that I can use the app to manually put in credit card information, so we might just do that. But the thing is, that cost a bit. And the nighttime event we were at, we went to a private party. This woman has been doing this party for many years out of her beautiful Victorian farmhouse in the heart of a city, which is amazing to me. Her extended family live in houses sort of in the area, which is really nice too. So there are many generations there we were reading for, as well as some other friends and people of theirs that show up to this annual kind of witches party. Halloween party. They just dress up as witches. Glinda was there in a beautiful costume, and a few others that really stood out. It's
a big shindig. I mean, they throw out all this food. It's all free. They have a DJ, big sound system playing Halloween music.
And they have a bonfire. Readers to come and read for guests. And so we did well enough there that we almost made up the cost of that evil device we had to replace.
We did really well.
So bravo. This was real nice. And not only that, that land is just magical. It is magical. It's so good to be back there. We were there many years ago, not reading professionally, but doing other things. We did a program there for an international youth group that I think
they have an association with them through. We're right on the border of Windsor, so this school is apparently mostly located in Windsor.
And we did a program for them on the history and lore of Halloween. We also put out a lot of fun little simple divination things for people to use on their own. And we did that for them for a couple years, and then we kind of dropped off the radar with them. But they invited us back this year, and we were so happy to go.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But at any rate, let's get on with our show.
We definitely have to get on with our show. Hey, Buddy Blue, good to see you. We're going to get it rolling. And so I'm going to use the Halloween Oracle again today because, hey, what other time of the year do I use this at? For the card for the collective. The Halloween Oracle is designed or created by Stacy DeMarco. And let's go. Mr. O. Mr. O, could you remove your cough drops, please?
Oh, they're both mine?
Yes, they are both yours. Hi Mama T. Oh, we had a fantastic time. Exhausted like no tomorrow, but really, really a great time reading for people. Very rewarding to do that. And the proprietor, who we know, who invited us years ago, has some serious health concerns. But man, she's still with it. She's still the matriarch of that household. And she remembered us. And it was so awesome to be able to read for her. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just hope that, the legacy of this house and that family continue. When she passes on, that the legacy moves towards others in the family. It's just really a wonderful place. Okay, I'm going to take that one. Thank you, Mr. O. And hey, we've got the card of scrying, which is about intuition. I like it. I like it.
Happy Denali too, by the way, to everyone who
Hey,
celebrates.
could you do me a big favor?
Maybe.
Could you run upstairs and get certain stones that I have on the bed behind my pillow?
Certain stones. That
Two.
sounds like the name of my next rock band.
You could run up and get them real quick. I know you could. While I read this to everybody. Scrying. It's about intuition. Soften your eyes. Begin the trance. Whole worlds are open. Begin the dance. Scrying is the divination technique of seeing unconscious images or images from the divine or supernatural appear upon or within a surface. People scry into a crystal ball, a black mirror, water, even the surface of ice. It is a very ancient technique and one traditionally enacted on Samhain Halloween. The keys to effective scrying are being as relaxed as possible, minimizing possible distractions, softening your gaze, and allowing. The enemy of effective scrying is distraction, both from inside and out. Turn off that phone, just electric lights anywhere where you can see them, any music, and if you are scrying outdoors, take the time to settle into the environment and listen to all the noises so that your mind will not need to break your focus later. It is also vitally important to settle the mind as much as you can. If you regularly meditate, you may wish to use those techniques, or otherwise you can simply shut your eyes and focus on slowing your breath. This is usually very effective if you have a special question for the scrying medium stated up front. Then once you feel relaxed, turn your focus inward, imagine pulling your energy within you, and then focus on the third eye, the chakra point on the center of your forehead, just above the eyebrows, and imagine opening it. Then gaze into a soft, unfocused way at your scrying surface and simply allow images to form and observe what presents itself to you. Don't engage your rational mind. This is about receiving, not thinking. Should you pull the scrying card, I suggest you try it for starters. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all your answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination and intuition to really be true wisdom. So that's, I know it's a mouthful. I decided to read it all because I don't do it as much as I used to, but I really did get a lot out of scrying. And I highly recommend it. It's a great practice. Open your mind to receiving. Don't prejudge. Don't try to force it. Just allow it, as the interpretation said.
I've done some scrying. It's nothing that I've had super success with, but I've definitely had some things with it. So I do recommend it as well.
Hey, Angel Rivera. Good to see you.
Hi, Swati.
So, there's still a price tag on it. It was so reasonable, though. Really, everything there was. At our first event, there was a great crystal vendor there who had some nice products, and I bought a couple things. One is this beautiful moss agate piece. I don't have her name in front of me of the store. It's in a city called Livonia, which is within distance of us to drive to, up one of the freeways. But it's really, really beautiful. Double terminated. Hey. And then I got this lucky Amazonite stone. And the funny thing about this was, once I brought it to our table at the event we were at in the daytime, we started to make some, get some business. And then the funny thing after that was, at the event at night, I kept it in my pocket, and we were nonstop busy, were we not?
Yeah, we rarely had a break.
Crazy busy. So I love Amazonite, number one. And I love moss agate for its healing and other properties. I feel there's some luck there too. So it's just gorgeous. And she's very reasonable. I may have to check her out a little bit more as time goes on. I definitely will visit her store. But at some point, maybe me and a good friend of mine, that can be a field trip someday. All right.
So Lena
Mr.
is up and has asked for a spirit reading, so I'm going to use my Ghost Tarot for that.
Okay. For Lena?
Right, she asked
All
for a
right.
spirit reading.
All right. I have to say, Violet, it must be. I love the perfect roundness of it, and it's got a little sheen to it, so it's very, very nice.
I used the Ghost Tarot at the Witch's Ball a couple of times yesterday, but I think I only used it for myself in between some readings last night. We actually had a remark from somebody, I'm not going to say who said that they only really like traditional tarot cards, and there was something else, but we just have some really phantasmagoric images.
Phantasmagoric.
Why, thank you.
Phantasmagoric. Phantasmagoric. You're right.
That too. Here you go.
Well, yeah,
I
it
have
was
problems
such
with some
an
words.
awesome event overall. Both events, it was really nice. And I have this feeling if we do get invited back to this wonderful house that we had the night party at, they're going to clash again with this event. I think they're going to run on the same day. But you know what? We'll just have to get our sleep, prepare for it in advance, and be ready for a full day because I don't want to miss out. Yeah. All right. I just love being on that property, even if it's just for a few moments.
It's fun. Spirit reading.
Yes.
So our first card is the Four Wands. It's reversed.
Well, thanks for that vote of confidence, Angel. I'm sure we will too. They just lost a connection with us, and they reconnected this year. Go ahead. Four Wands reversed.
The next one is the Six of Cups reversed.
Okay.
And then there's the Six of Swords upright.
Wow. Oh my gosh, does this tell a story or what? This really does.
Proceed.
Yeah, well, okay, Lena. You know, what stands out to me, of course, is the Six of Cups reversed here. I think the message from Spirit to me is that, well, a lot of things, all the cards stand out, but I'm going to start here. I think the message for me from Spirit for you is that, Spirit wants you to let go of painful memories or difficult memories or traumas from your past and heal and move on. This is a card of moving on now. And I don't know, I felt that really needed to be front and center first because Spirit is telling you it is time to get up and go, move on, let the past go, and move yourself to more tranquil, compatible shores. If you've had difficulties in the past, rough life, even if they're still kind of haunting you now, it is time for you to move yourself to calmer, tranquil shores. In whatever way you need to do that, by meditating, maybe getting more spiritual, in a spiritual path, maybe taking more walks and communing more with nature, finding that peace and serenity from within. Sometimes it's not a place or a destination that you have to be, it's inside of you.
Well, it is a spirit reading, and Banshee explained these things so well, I almost don't need to add anything. And of course, I'm kind of tired from yesterday, but it's exactly what you said. The Four of Wands reversed. That's 4, right? No, it was the 6. No, it's the 4. God, my eyes are so bad.
Okay.
Well, that's our party card, but even reverse, Spirit is saying...
Oh, you know what? I read it as the 4 of Swords, so I did not read it so well, so I guess I'm pretty tired
and I wasn't paying attention, I guess, but you read the other cards well. I
did,
heard.
But that's still...
Do you want to retract that then?
Well, all I would want to say, if it's the 4 of Wands reversed, is this is a call to think about the simple things in your life that bring you joy and happiness. Letting go of those past things are very important, and maybe focusing on the joys of the present moment will help you get there. And what I said about the other cards still holds true, really.
Well, what I would say about that 4, to me, is that it represents the idea that Spirit says your life is sustainable and doesn't have to be extremely dramatic, with various things going on. The idea that, there are some painful memories you want to let go is balanced by the fact that Spirit says you can move to something that's better. So it's really, remember that you don't have to have the highest of the high to be happy, I think is what Spirit's saying. All right, so now I'm going to do the Lenormand for you, Lena. Lilies.
I shamed him.
Yes, you did.
He did it again yesterday,
So
calling
many
them
times.
the flowers. But, yeah.
Okay, the deadly flowers
Okay.
are the lilies in the Halloween Lenormand.
Yes.
And then, of course, the pumpkin. Now, this is very interesting because the pumpkin is influencing the lilies. The clover is what the pumpkin is. So Lena, this is really, to me, saying that you'll have, Spirit says you'll have luck or you'll have abundance when you try to basically evolve yourself or mature yourself, leave behind some things maybe that you need to grow out of. It's not necessarily about maturity per se, but there are just some attitudes or things that weigh you down that prevent you from having, a happier life.
Well, I was just going to say, Lena, that I think what this is saying is that in time, and as you heal and let go and move yourself spiritually and mentally to calmer shores, you will find your luck maturing and growing. Timing, synchronicity, positive things happening in your life will grow once you, Spirit is saying, once you let it go.
And that's what we have for you.
Good luck with that, Lena.
Thanks, Lena.
Hey, I think it's Angel Mary.
I think it is.
Yep. What's blocking me from meeting my future spouse? Okay. Oh, by the way, everybody, I'm sorry for those of you who had readings already, but I think maybe you would have kept your questions. I am offering one of my 3 special readings today. And it is called, I'm just going to say, so Violet wants to write it down. It's only one, Violet. They could ask for this if they want. It is called What's Lurking in the Shadows spread. And it's basically about, your shadow self and how to, harmonize and balance, the light-dark energies. All right. So that's available. I've tried it out. I think it works well. I don't think I have to tweak this one, but sometimes when you try it out with yourself, like one of the other readings I had, you don't get the full picture till you read it for someone else. So we'll see what happens. All right. Angel Mary wants to know that. Let's see. I will use I'm not going to use my really scary spooky deck left. I brought the Macabre Tarot out today. I figured one horror deck a week is enough. So we'll try that one out a little bit later. I'll use the Halloween one. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Candy corn. They had so much food and I hardly went out there for anything. Actually, I just grabbed a piece of pizza on the road on the way out. But they had like tons of food at this nighttime event.
And I'm kind of funny at events, whether they're, pagan events I've gone to or things more like this. I'm just, a little not pigging out. I don't know if it's because I just sort of feel like I don't want to weigh down that much. And I definitely tend to avoid sweets. I just don't know how I do it. But all those cakes and cookies and things, I'm pretty good about avoiding them. Swati, you probably would be impressed by that.
Well, we got candy here today.
This is true.
All right. What's blocking? Well, we have the Five of Cups reversed. It's interesting for this reading. We have the Fool upright. And I'm speaking about all these cards I'm seeing. And the Nine of Pumpkins is upright. This is an interesting one. So what is blocking Angel Mary from, meeting her future spouse? What do you see?
Okay, well, the Five of Wands.
No, that's the Five of Bats. So that would be...
The Five of Swords.
Yeah. I said cups, too, and I meant swords. Yeah,
okay, well, what do I see?
Yeah, what do you see?
I almost wonder if maybe, you haven't conquered the sense of yourself, of your true will that knows what it wants. And the reason I say that is because this Nine of Pumpkins, the Nine of Pentacles, maybe suggests that, you like being able to be alone on your own terms to some degree. There's the idea maybe that Five of Swords is that there's an idea that maybe you sort of feel conflicts could be inevitable or just really what you're hoping to really avoid. This could be based on the past, really ruinous kind of situations you may have found yourself in with. So it may be that you're really not understanding that maybe either you're not really ready yet to move on for romance, or you still have some qualms about how content or comfortable you'll feel with that. And that's only abided perhaps by the Fool in a way, that sense of not really being tethered fully to one idea or the other, perhaps.
It's really funny here, yeah, because, these are such positive cards. Some of them, not the Five of Swords, that's always kind of contentious. But I mean here, so I'm trying to really wrap my head around this, Angel Mary, as to what's blocking you. Comfort and security and independence, being able to support yourself and your own comfort and security is very important to you. Maybe you're somebody who likes a little adventure in life or to take some risks and chances, or not. I know you seem to like to travel a little bit, so, that's there. But then there's this Five of Swords, and I'm kind of like trying to wrap my head around all of this. Perhaps you are feeling that, maybe there's something blocking you and you're trying to, it's kind of a push-pull thing. You want a relationship with somebody, but your independence is very important to you. Your comfort is very important to you. You want to, maybe there might be the possibility here that this card is here as that you're afraid of risking it all on a relationship that might confine you. Maybe there's something inside of you, that you have to reconcile here. And I feel that, this right here, maybe you feel that this is a threat to you, and your autonomy, your personal space. And maybe what you have to realize is, that there are people out there who will honor that, and you can find them. So it will, but, it takes time to find the right kind of person, the right kind of mate. You have to get out there and, and explore like a plethora of possibilities, because you never know where or who that person might be. So you're going to have to expand yourself, take some risks perhaps on some people that, may seem off and low, and maybe they're not as physically attractive to you, but, there are other aspects to their personality that you like, or vice versa. Maybe they're very physically attractive to you, but there are other things about them that, you're not sure, like maybe they have a different religious belief, maybe they come from a different background. So there might be things there that might be holding you back as well.
Oh, I can breathe again.
Well, I think I got it out.
It's probably time for the...
It is.
the Lenormand.
Yeah. At least that's what the cards are, looking like today, Angel Mary. Whoa, look at that.
So we have the Clover. And the book.
Well, I can look at this as two ways. I'll just run first with this one, because when I see the book here, I laugh, because do the research, right? Pound the books, figure out what's wrong. No, I think this means go within, and figure out how you can change your luck here. What it is out of these things that may resonate or make sense to you, and figure out how it can help you change your luck. The other part of this with the book is that it's saying, again, life is like an open book. And so finding a relationship is not going to happen, if you think you're only going to find it in one place. Let's say during church groups or at school or, at a bar, or online. You have to be able to expand your horizons in order to change your luck.
I think that's a pretty good summation. I might have thought that maybe it's not a you have to because this will happen, but it is that idea, I think, that somehow more information brings you more opportunities or chances, and in those you could be lucky. So it might be good to investigate more ways to also work on what you find could be these blocks, perhaps if you understand how we've explained them, or if you relate to that.
Yeah, and on the one hand, I have to say and maybe, I don't know, did you bring this up, Mr. O? Because, you talked about an internal fight here, I believe, right?
Well, I said there was something that was just ruinous. Maybe it was. I wasn't sure if I linked it exactly that way. Let me think about this for a moment. Yeah, I guess it's probably more likely to be that, because, of course, it is the swords.
You know what? I forgot what I was going to say. My mind is just a flutter today. But I think it all makes sense to me. Just like I said, Angel Mary, go at this slowly, because it is a process. And you can't rush it sometimes. You just can't. All right.
Well, I think I'm ready to start digging into the candy corn.
Well, yeah, you did already. I saw you eating there. Don't tell me that.
You're welcome, Angel Mary.
You are welcome, Angel Mary. And we are on Pragati. Hello, Pragati.
Hi, Pragati.
Made it in third. Oh.
And, of course, you know who is here.
Go on, sit down, Bly. I was just going to show Bly and say hi to Bly number 2. Finally noticed. And
Bly
Sonny
number
came
3
in
showed
to
up.
steal the show. I'll tell you.
Pragati, I've been feeling quite low lately, despite the festivities. The shift in mood is very sudden. Any universal message for my disturbed mind? What do I need to know in this situation? Why is it so? Hi, Brigati. Okay. Well, Bly
Let's see.
says Bly. Hi, Bly.
Bly says Bly.
I'm going to use...
And Kara says Sunny.
I'm going to use the Tarot of the Princesses. It's my first time using it. It's not a especially new deck, but it's new to me because Banshee never got into it a whole lot, so she gave it to me recently.
He took it. I was going to sell it.
It's pretty and I like it. There's some kind of Greco-Roman stuff going on.
Sonny, you're messing with my stones here. He's taking my space. I have shuffle space.
Well, I have limitations with moving camera number 2 to spotlight him, but we'll see.
It's rubbing against me. Oh my gosh, last night when we got home late.
I mean, we were basically gone the entire day. We came home in between the events, but we were only home about an hour and a half.
We were able to feed them, so it kept them happy, but
They're so lonely.
they all hovered around me. I was sitting in another chair here, working on the computer, Sunny on the table, Shadow on the chair, Sassy behind the chair, and it was like they were all over me here. Catapalooza.
Cut.
Yes, they've hardly been used, have they?
They're slipping.
I love the
sliding.
backs of them. It is classy
and
looking.
it's
in
the
some
border
ways.
too,
Yeah.
or a version of the border.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a version of the border. So, Pragati, your first card is the 3 of Coins or 3 of Pentacles, and it's upright. I like it. It's kind of pretty.
3 of what?
Coins.
Oh, okay, good.
And then there's the 7 of Coins or Pentacles. And I like this. The shadow distinctly looks like the Napoleon Bonaparte historical figure. So that would be Princess or Queen Josephine on the couch there with the cute little dog. And then the final card is the 3 of Wands. Yes, those are naked people. And it's upright, and it's the 3 of Wands. Okay, so
You want me to go or you?
go ahead.
Well, you know, Pragati, this is tough. I mean, they're good cards. I don't mean that. I mean, I'm just trying to relate it to your question here. And you know what I think it's saying? Is that you really need to get involved in something if you're, I mean, I know you say there are festivities and fun and happening and you feel like you're still down. Maybe you need to find some project you can be really useful at. Now, I don't know your life, but maybe to do some community, kind of volunteerism, or maybe lead a group of some sort, or join a group of some sort, because the 3 of Pentacles kind of is about that activity. You know, I mean, I know it's more professional, and these cards, some of them could be work related, but I really feel here, in relation to your question and feeling better, you need to maybe possibly look at that. The 7 of Pentacles here in this case too, you know, this is the farmer who kind of steps back or is kind of maybe taking time to think. But, you know, I'm wondering here in your case, if you're dwelling and overthinking things too much right now. And so, you know, instead of doing something that will, you know, pull you out of that space, that headspace you're in right now. And the 3 of Wands here, to me, is saying, why don't you, if you're going to be overthinking things, why not instead make lists of things that you want to participate in? Things maybe you would like to do that might benefit others or uplift your spirits or give you more motivation and joy in life. Why not make a bucket list of places you'd like to travel or things you want to do? Look towards a positive future as opposed to feeling. It's so easy to fall into that because I know. But, there are ways that you can pull yourself out of this. And I really think the message here is to do that, to get yourself involved, immerse yourself in activities or, your friends or family, people's lives in some ways that pulls you out of that frame of mind.
Okay, I'm really struck by the imagery on this card, the Seven of Coins, and I wonder if this is saying that there's a shadow over you that maybe is the idea or the influence that you're waiting for something or someone else to kind of make some stuff happen for you, that maybe you feel incomplete. And of course, I don't know much about the backstory of Napoleon and Josephine, but I suggest that maybe because the card is in general about waiting for the thing to happen you expect, I'm putting it into that context that maybe that's a part of this, is that maybe you don't understand your shadow, or you need to see your shadow says you're overly cautious in some respect. But clearly with 2 3s on the side of you, it says you shouldn't be that way. You have the potential to work well with others, and maybe you've been waiting for somebody to lead you, but maybe you're the one who should take the lead because you have that capability. And then the other wand, the 3 of Wands, is really saying there is something to celebrate about. And I think once again, it's the fact that you work well. No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the 3 of Cups for a minute because she's pouring from a cup. It's the 3 of Wands.
Right.
This is really saying you are really in a mode of a certain level of accomplishment, but you need more of a challenge. You need another plan or thing to go to, and it shouldn't be necessarily at somebody else or something else's discretion. You should feel empowered to do this on your own. And I don't know if that's helpful enough. It just sort of describes the situation.
You're right. No cup showed up. So is some of this precipitated by, a negative work environment or something to do with not being employed? I just wonder here too. But, in regards to your question, we can see how they would fit in. But you're right. There's not a lot of emotion cards here, which is really interesting to me, too. Sometimes that happens. Last night, somebody asked us for an emotional reading, and we got half of her reading was cup cards.
And they were all well aspected.
Well, I mean, for the question. And so you never know what the tarot will have to say, but I think this is an important message, even if it's not bringing up emotion cards per se.
I still think that to some degree they pick up attitudes or emotional feelings. They're just talking about them maybe from a little bit more of a reserved point of view. The idea that our shadow is something that we don't always entertain dialogue with, if it is a shadow thing that I'm suggesting there, or the idea that we feel drawn to people or not drawn to people, or we need to rise to the occasion of working with people. That can be an emotional issue, but it's not contained within the framework that way exactly. So anyway, it's time to throw the Lenormand for you.
Okay.
Almost forgot.
Sunny has left so I can play with my crystals.
So the first one is the spooky tree, which is the tree in regular Lenormand terms. And then we have the witch's jars, which are fish. And sometimes these cards do seem to fall in line with each other. The fish influences the tree. I think it's the idea that in order to grow, you do need some things to be occupied with, and that's growth beyond these blocks you're talking about, or beyond this distorted feeling you're talking about. You have to be able to find ways to succeed or to be involved with people or with businesses, and so that sort of goes to the idea of maybe working on projects with people or having involvements with a group of people.
So, Brigatti, the witch's jars, the fish, and the fish is about money or wealth or financial matters or abundance. And so I feel here that, an abundance of knowledge, an abundance of things that can stimulate your brain, your mental faculties too, as well, could really help you instead of dwelling on, or also, how about this? An abundance of healthy thinking is really what's essential here. Because I really feel that the tree is about health and usually physical health. And so I want to remind you too that oftentimes we don't realize how much our physical bodies affect our mental and even our emotional health and well-being. So make sure everything is okay health-wise as well. If there's some other health issues that you are dealing with or unknown to you, whether it's, anything from blood pressure to whatever, have yourself checked out. Sometimes there could be physical reasons why you feel out of sorts as well. So that's another thing to consider here.
Well, yeah, it never hurts to do what you're saying, so I hope so.
Yep.
And that's what we have for you, Pragati. So good luck, and
good luck with that.
Check in again and tell us how it's
Check in
going.
again with that, and maybe next time we could do, even next time when you come, if you want to revisit this, maybe that shadow reading, that new one I have, might be helpful for you. So if you're here Thursday or next Sunday, I'd be happy to do that one for you. All right.
All right, so moving on, we have Karen, who has asked for a general read for the next 2 months.
2 months. Okay.
All right. Hey, Karen. You're very welcome, Pragati. Thank you. Hey, y'all.
You're very welcome, Pragati.
You're welcome.
All right. And good luck to you with all of that. I know he'll be back. It's just a matter of time.
Yes, he will.
All right. So general for the next 2 months. Well, hey, we got the 4 of Swords upright. Got the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Wow, you got 2 4s. And we've got the 4 of Cups upright. How interesting that. So, all I got to say, Karen, is it's winter time. And, during this dark time of the year, I see the tail already. Yeah. He might come up your way, so beware, Mr.
Okay.
O.
Understood.
So you're ignoring him as he comes closer.
I have things to do.
Look
Sorry.
at him. Why couldn't you just stop him? You had time.
You can never stop him. He is
You
a
had
force.
time. You could
He
have
is
done
a
it.
force
You
of
could have done
nature.
it. You just didn't want to admit it. All right. Well, enough arguing there, but it's true. So at any rate, don't put your standby for bickering up there.
Sorry, it is already done.
Daggone it. All right. So here's the deal. Here is the deal, Karen. It's the dark time of the year. And during the dark time of the year, it's a good time to lay low, be still, maybe recover some energy, contemplate your next moves and what you want to do next. There's something maybe you feel is missing in your life right now, and maybe you could use these next 2 months to try to fill in that gap. Why are you dissatisfied right now with the way things are in your life? Seems like it's either too much of a good thing or too little of a good thing that you might be feeling, and that you just, maybe want to take some time out to determine what is needed to make your life feel better, make you feel better about conditions or things and the way things are going in your life.
So that Nine of Pentacles reversed there in the middle sort of feels like it's an energy there that isn't supported in general by the other cards, because I'm looking at the 2 fours and I feel these Jupiter influences. Jupiter is money, economy, and even though the cards may not mean exactly that, but the idea maybe of just really restoring yourself comes through a little bit too as part of the general read with the 4 swords there, just like sort of taking a little hiatus for working on restoration and or investigation, because 4 of Cups is contemplation. Both of these things really talk about maybe absenting a little bit, withdrawing against the backdrop perhaps of feeling that what you feel you have right now, like Banshee says, is either too much or too little, and that in either case, maybe a little bit of withdrawing. It is the darkening time of year for those in this hemisphere. I don't know.
So, also, this, I want to alarm you because I don't see anything really bad here, but, the 4 of Swords could indicate that maybe your energy is running low. You might feel a little under the weather. You might get a little bit of a cold. There's so many viruses going on right now out there. I've been hearing horror stories. And so it might be a good time to evaluate. Do you really need anything else at this time, It's time to just rest and reflect and recoup your energy. All right. There they are.
Sonny does what he does, that's for sure.
Yes, he does.
A force of nature. All right, so Banshee's doing the Lenormand. I'll remind everybody that we're back Thursday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah, over a week ago, we had to turn our heat on. It had just been too much.
It's
today,
74 in here now. The heat's not even kicking in. It's beautiful outside here the last few days. We're going to have maybe 2, possibly 3 more days. Except the 3rd day will probably be rainy.
So the birds and the house.
I wonder here if this is just a time to stay home, connect with people virtually. I think communications will be important and may center around, your home life. So that means to me like a lot of virtual entertainment or connecting with others or maybe phone messages coming in. But I really feel like that's going to be, probably, big activities in the next 2 months ahead.
I kind of agree with that. I see no reason to see that. I feel like the Lenormand supports the idea perhaps that you're focusing on yourself by either withdrawing or going into some sense of contemplation. You're resting, yes. You're repurposing, you're doing things like that. And maybe you're just keeping in touch through the air birds, which is the internet and or other, non-face-to-face communication.
Well, it's awesome you're working on healing. So I do see this here, This is all about the healing element.
That's
and
true.
Maybe that 9 of Pentacles is saying, right now you're trying to sort out what more you need to do to really feel ready to take on more in your life.
And there's no better place to heal than in your home.
Yes. Home is where the healing is, not just where the heart is.
All right, so that's it. Karen?
Yep, that's what we have for you, Karen. Good luck with
thank you.
that.
All right, that's a good question. Do you want to do that as your 2x2 Swathi's question?
I'll take a look at it. Hang on. I haven't seen it yet.
It's the second up.
There it
for
is.
guidance on if she should take the work from home job and quit the current job. Or is
Well,
it
that's
just
one
a general
question because,
Yeah.
Because
okay.
obviously, yeah.
Okay, so how do you want to do that? Should we do yes or no?
Yeah, I think I want to do yes or no.
All right, and
I'm going to use my scary deck.
It's my
Oh, it's
deck.
your turn.
Sorry.
Good, you don't get the scary deck, Swathi.
You get the
Somebody
karma deck.
will soon.
I'm going to
not
use
sure
the
if it's-
karma deck for Swathi's reading. You're welcome, Karen, and I hope you. I hope that's true that you saw that.
You're welcome, Karen.
Looks like we've been overruled, Violet. Maybe next time.
Here's the other stone. You want that one?
Two married foodies. Hello there.
Hey, two married foodies. How you doing?
There you go.
Hey,
I know you
hey.
almost lost my cards there.
You were very cavalierly passing them to me. Sonny wants to get, look at this. Hurry. He's touching. Sonny has put his energy in these cards for you, Swathi.
Don't be scared, Swathi.
Sonny is now on my hand. Sonny, I need some space. Space. Give me the space. Maybe he doesn't like your Karma Tarot. All right. Oh. All right. There you go. Sonny's paw of approval. Or not.
We were doing counting, right?
Were we doing a yes now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Right.
Well,
So
interesting.
you have two aces. So it says most likely you should accept this job. You asked sort of secondarily, so I don't know if we're picking this up or not, but whether or not it would last, it would be permanent. The only other outlier card in that is the reversed Seven of Swords, which I don't get a feel for that in terms of that. I just maybe suggest this is saying that there's something that maybe is a little bit more functional in terms of not being hidden things about it. So in other words, like what you see is what you will get in terms of what they offer you. You're not going to be vaguely offered things that will manifest later. It's pretty much going to be straightforward, whatever those things are.
Well, and you had two aces too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. So, Swathi, your question initially, which I think is what I had in mind when we were shuffling it, was whether you should quit your job and accept, take this other job. It was work at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel it's leaning towards yes, and it is saying that, I personally feel this is saying you should walk away from your present job. It would be the right thing to do. It would be the smart thing to do, especially if it's causing stress, anxiety, if there is people there that are, maybe it's a dysfunctional work environment. If you feel that way, the best thing you can do is walk.
My mind kind of worked around the question differently, so now I'm working it better. hopefully. And I sort of feel like that's right. That rather than, do anything, that's not straightforward or understanding, just be clear. I'm leaving this, I'm going here.
He's asking, or Swathi's asking about the Seven of Swords and whether, what it means. And basically it means looking out for you. Sometimes there are people who will try to, like competitors or people who are jealous, they try to get the better of you. They may talk behind your back. In other words, this is a good card, but also this is a card of cleverness and smartness and doing what's right for you. And when it is reversed in particular, it's really saying walk away from situations that are not in your best interest, whether it's people, whether it's a place, walk away and move on to something better.
Thanks for dropping in to say hi to Married Foodies. Okay,
yeah, we always enjoy seeing you here, and thank you for stopping in and giving that thumbs up.
So the first card, Swathi, is the fish, called the Witch's Jars, which of course is a good card for business or business places and stuff. And then of course it's followed by the rats, and the rats influences the first one. So it may be saying that I'm going to assume that what this is saying, that maybe if you feel there are just these irritations with the present job, you should, in fact, choose to move on.
Right. Is the money worth the anxieties and griefs and little petty, struggles that you might be facing there? That's the kind of question you have to ask yourself.
All right.
And if it's making you feel ill or just your, troubles, really, there's plenty other opportunities out there, because remember, the fish is also about abundance. So I feel like it's saying there's plenty more opportunities out there.
And
all
that's
right.
what we have, Swathi. Thanks.
I think we're on Laura. Hey, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Next 7 days.
You got it.
Alrighty.
So that'll be your deck.
I'll use the Ghost and Spirits. I love all these decks. And even my macabre horror one. Libra, hi.
You're
Libra.
welcome, Swathi. I sure hope not, Libra. People in my family seem to be especially prone to that. I'm literally the only one in my immediately family of 6 who did not go diabetic. Both of my parents and my 3 siblings all have been diabetic. No. Go away. Go.
Whoa.
Did you like what I did?
Mr. O lays a smackdown on Sonny.
I even got his little
He did.
moist nose.
He did not. But
Yes, I
Sonny
did.
should not come up that way. He should come up my way.
Don't lie about my cruelty to animals. It is Halloween. You can get away with that, right? No.
Mr. Scorpio, he really does not treat the animals badly. No animals were harmed in the production of this show. Oh, shuffle.
Do you think I could?
Well, that's good. But it is interesting. I don't know what would cause that. Have you done any research on that or gotten any ideas?
Yeah, usually if you're already an adult, then it may be related to an inheritance thing. So you have to, question if other people have passed that on to you, perhaps. Okay. And hey, Sally.
Hi, Sally. Our weekend was spectacular.
It
Really, it
absolutely
was. If you followed us on Facebook and Twitter, you would hear all about it. But it was a great time, great event. It helped us recoup some losses, so we're very pleased.
Indeed.
And not just that, really. It's just about the people, too. It was just fantastic.
Okay, next 7 days for Laura.
Well, Laura, you've got the Ace of Wands reversed. But then let's follow that with the Three of Wands upright. And how about that Knight of Pentacles upright? Wow.
All right. Okay, well, the Ace of Wands reverse. Maybe in the next 7 days, either something social that you were hoping for may be delayed. So if you were, I know you're in school again. If you were expecting anything in a school setting, maybe that's delayed. Maybe if there's a particular holiday thing going on, sometimes that. Or it could just be in your general life too, if you were looking for an occasion where maybe you were going out with friends, or if you were starting something new that sort of highlights communication or being communicative, there may be delays there. But the Three of Wands looks a lot better because, of course, it's kind of another version of our party card. It's more like the idea maybe that you're celebrating, you're going to a celebration. Again, it could be related to your school life, or it could be related to other things too. We're moving into that time of year for a lot of us. So these things may be things that are planning. I mean, maybe they're tied in with the idea that if there was a planning group that you might have been involved with, maybe, it's being put on hold or there's a delay there in this next week. Finally, that Knight of Pentacles, I like the Knight of Pentacles here. I think what it's saying is that in this next week, you may just find your plans have slowed down to a degree with some things, but they didn't stop or reverse. They really just sort of shifted down, and you're just going to move a little slower towards some of this because the objective really is having progress rather than by smaller means than just big progress. So you're finding that it's better to move on things slower, and you take a long time too. Bam. Your turn.
Well, in brief, I would say here that, Laura...
In brief? Sorry.
I would think as though some of your plans, since this is general for the next 7 days, may be postponed, delayed. Maybe some project or something you wanted to get off the ground just doesn't happen for you. But, use these 7 days to map out a strategy moving forward. And especially if this is involving your financial affairs or, business or career concerns. It really does look like that might be what's going on here. I feel like something might be shifting in a more positive direction for you financially or career-wise. Maybe there'll be an opportunity you will try to jump on, a job, put in a job application somewhere. This is a time to make a strategy, though, to see what your next financial moves are going to be. And I really feel if you plan and use this time appropriately and maybe even set a few things in motion. But remember, the Knight of Pentacles moves rather slowly and deliberately. So don't let these delays in plans, whether they are involved in this or some other area of your life, get the better of you. Don't let that affect your forward momentum.
Right. In the general, most things seem to be proceeding. Some things may be a little slower or maybe just having to be rescheduled in some aspects.
Oh, you had an interview last week.
Good luck with that.
Well, it may work, it may not. I see that, that Ace of Wands reversed here. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. However, it is possible that maybe you will get a call back on that. It's possible from what I'm looking at here. And maybe that's why the Three of Wands is here. The Three of Wands is saying that, now you can make plans and you can make decisions, based on, getting this offer.
So they said they'll call you back tomorrow, so that'll be good. I hope so. Good luck with that. You're welcome. And we're doing the Lenormand, so hang on. We're doing the Lenormand. It's not like the Monster Mash.
Wow, this is a little different.
All right, Bear and Snake.
Well, that's a little bit of a cautionary tale. This, and it's only for 7 days, so I'm not really sure I'm understanding the message here. But I feel as though, the snake is about deception, self-deception, or just being deceived by others. But the bear is about yourself, your personal empowerment, your sense of security. So maybe it's like what I said here. Don't allow some setbacks, whether it's with this job or something else, make you feel that you don't have what it takes. This really is a self-deception, if so, on your part. But one other thing before I pass the torch to Mr. O is don't maybe take a look at your financial conditions and situation right now and make sure everything is safe and secure, that you've got enough money, nest egg. And that goes for this offer. Make sure that, if you get an offer, that they are truly paying you what you're worth.
Well, the bear kind of exemplifies strength qualities and maybe to some degree leadership qualities or protectiveness or things all related to that. So maybe the snake is saying that you maybe possibly underestimate how strong you are or how capable you are of being in charge of some of these things that are going on. And so it's just a matter of maybe understanding that about yourself. Maybe you have legitimate reasons to feel like it's somebody else's lane to be in, but when you can rule that out, then maybe it's just saying don't deceive yourself. You can step up to certain challenges.
That's what we have for you. Good luck.
Thanks, Laura.
That. I hope you get good news. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know next time.
Here, I'm holding up my lucky Amazonite to give you some good luck, Laura.
All the way over there where you are.
All right, Seven Oceans, you are up.
And Seven Oceans would like a guided message for the week to come.
All right.
And you're so welcome, Laura. Thank you.
Your deck?
My deck. Okay, I'm going to use you're welcome, really.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, I lost my thought there. The Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot. With its significator card that is astrologically based.
Lots of astrology going on this week. So all I can say, we've got a solar eclipse. A lunar eclipse, but is it a lunar eclipse? Yeah, there I go again. Violet knows. In Scorpio, there's an eclipse in Scorpio, so that could be interesting. Jupiter is it Jupiter? No.
Solar.
Something's going direct. So
Saturn.
There's some planetary activity for sure going on.
That reminds me of a song.
I'm forgetting it all for my material matters.
Tell me where you gonna be when the planets collide.
Man. Do you know he did it? He sang in front of some young people at the night party that we were reading for.
And they were like, "Can we have your autograph, Mr. Mercury?"
Oh gosh, no, they did not. That's why I wonder if we're really going to get called back. No.
Don't call back that weird singing guy. It was creepy and stuff.
Sun and Venus. Venus, yes. It has the ring. Thank you. Venus is entering Scorpio. I could have sworn that was a direct planet too, but maybe I crazy. I think you're right.
Seven Oceans, guys. You have the Knave or Page of Coins reversed. Card 1. Then you have the upright 3 of Coins. So another coin. So it looks
and it
good
is a solar eclipse. Okay.
And then you have another court card. It's the Knight of Cups, and it's reversed. Now, the page maybe is more about a message or a thought or energy. Maybe this is saying, don't waste time looking too deeply into certain things, that maybe things are just pretty practical this week on some level, including, of course, the idea that you will be busy maybe with other people, whether it's in projects or other situations, work or love or other things. And then maybe the idea of the Knight of Cups maybe is saying that if it's about that, maybe you're not really very happy about it, but you'd rather do something different than what you're going to do, perhaps. Or maybe this is talking just in general that you may be cooling in an emotional situation with somebody. So maybe this is something different too. The idea of an argument or just a cooling between people or friends or something.
Yeah, what's interesting here is I kind of see the synergy between these two cards here, and I'm wondering if it does have to do with a workplace or a team or something like that. This is positive, but I'm wondering if some emotional upset has disrupted the flow here. And, sometimes people, they hold on to this stuff for too long. I think the Page of Coins here, the Page of Coins here is saying, don't allow any kind of emotional upheavals or upsets cause you to lose your focus. And, it just seems to me this could be in a work environment, or as Mr. O has said, it could involve other people. It could be in a relationship, possibly.
All right. Well, that's what I got with that. But let's use the Lenormand.
Ah, well, go do it, Mama T.
Go for it.
Well, after the show, of course.
We're all candy and Amazonite today.
How do we do it?
Sugar.
That's very wrong. Nobody take that as advice.
Nope. We are not nutritionists. We just eat sugar. All right. So, I forgot who we're reading.
What? Seven Oceans.
Sorry, Seven Oceans. Sorry. Black Cat in the Lenormand and Frankenstein. And of course, Frankenstein is that's how they say it in the movies, is the bear, and the black cat is the dog. And those are both in Universal horror movies too that starred Boris Karloff. But I digress. The bear influences the dog. So I guess this could also be saying that there's strength coming or supporting you from something that you feel loyal about or that feels loyal about you, that maybe somebody, a good friend, is able to come to your help in some ways or is being strong. Or maybe you're able to display in a strong way your loyalty to whatever these situations are, whether they're people situations or work situations, and that improves your standing with that.
Well, that is an interesting ending to this reading. It does make me wonder if it is personal or if it is work-related. But the thing is that, I'm not sure where this is coming from, but I think it definitely fits here. And what this is saying is that, don't allow these upsets to disrupt the relationship. And it seems like a working relationship to me, but it could be a relationship with somebody, with a powerful, close friend. It's somebody who is a very close friend. Don't allow it to disrupt that. The second way I want to say it is, how about this? Why not being your own best friend, and be self-empowered enough to not allow others to shake you off your game? How about that? And that's what we have for you, Seven Oceans. Good luck with that.
And Mr. O should quit playing with the set because
yeah,
it'll
why
fall.
are you always doing that? You're distracting me.
Always.
It's 7 Earth Princess's turn. Hey, maybe you want to use your princess deck.
I could if you want.
I'll let you.
But I had, okay. So I'm going to use my princess deck. And welcome to our show again. I know you've been here before, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So the princess deck is kind of nice. I do like it, actually. So I'm hoping to use it more.
My energy level is getting low. Speaking of energy level. No, I'm doing fine. Fine. As I grab my Amazonite. Actually, I should grab my moss agate.
My co-worker gave me 2 beautiful pieces of stone.
Yeah.
And one was Amazonite, right?
Well, yeah,
No.
so...
Oh, no, it was...
No, it's moss agate again. It's like,
but the other one.
The other one is labradorite, I think.
That's what I thought was. That's what I thought
labradorite.
was the
Sure.
Amazonite. I'm sorry.
Pretty sure that's what it is. And one is kind of in the shape of a partial moon, and the other one looks like a tree. And
that's the moss agate one.
Yeah, the moss agate, and they're kind of big. I just don't know where she got these. They're kind of crudely shaped. So I don't know if that's why they were cheaper, or I don't know what.
I thought she said she sort of got some sort of grab bag, or she went somewhere and she just like picked up piles of stones, and then when she brought them home, she said, "Well, I don't really like this one," so she thought of me.
Yeah, we'll have to show them at some point. We don't have them right now, but they're actually not far, Mr. O. But do show and tell on another show.
That's right.
When they don't stand up, they lay flat. So I need a stand for them, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. They're weird. Who knows? Maybe they'll be giveaways someday.
Okay, 7 Ocean Princess, a spirit message for the week, and you have the 4 of Swords. It almost looks like it could be the 6 of Swords, right?
Yeah, I know.
But it's 4.
I know. Well, you wanted this deck.
I know, but I know what it means.
I know.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, and this is Strength. It could have been Justice, but I saw Justice was number 8, and it's definitely different. Sometimes they're transposed in some decks.
Yes. And that goes back to the olden days of tarot. And
then I love it. I don't know if any of our friends from the other side of the world are here, but it's the Queen of Swords, and it has a nice Eastern feel to it, so I love that.
Yes, there is that to this deck.
So the 4 of Swords maybe is suggesting 7 Oceans that there's a sense of withdrawing or moving to a quieter space or a more healing space or a quieter space for you. And this brings strength, if not purpose. It brings strength because the true strength is knowing basically how to have a big animal like a bear on your leash. In other words, a quiet strength, a strength of understanding or compassion, of being able to relate that way. So then finally we see the Queen of Swords, because maybe this is saying to, because it is justice again in a way, the Queen of Swords is saying, be assured, be confident about decisions or paths or choices you have to make. The Queen of Swords is very empowered to be a wise person and is not concerned if other people think that their choices are inappropriate, because actually it just doesn't happen that way. It always sort of feels like you are rising above the tides, even though that's about, resting, but it's also got that metaphor of just uplifting in a way.
Sorry, Sally, you can't stay for the reading.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sally.
If you leave a question, we could maybe do it at the end of the show for
right,
you,
like we do. Right, you could just rewind the tape later.
Yeah,
so
for Violet.
Think about doing that.
All right, so what I want to say for this one is Seven Earth Princess is that, this is a time to embark on a journey of healing, of restoration, of restoring your energy. Sometimes getting quiet and taking a subtle approach to life, is the way to go. And with strength, this is strength, and with strength here, it's saying that we don't always have to, sometimes you need to stand up for yourself, pull yourself back. This is what this is asking for you to do. And this is what princess again?
The Queen of Swords.
The Queen of Swords. This would be really the wisest decision for you at this time if you can. Take some time to, and the other thing about this one, strength up right here is just saying, if life has been really chaotic and have been pushing your buttons lately, it's time to kind of not let them push the buttons where you react. React with kindness instead if you are going to react. React with an unexpected approach of trying to be magnanimous and let go of any kind of things that would really stress you out. Right now is a time for you to focus on yourself and either your physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual needs.
Nice. So I'm going to pull the Lenormand for you now.
And while he's doing that, I just noticed something really cool about this this crystal. Okay, I showed that it has this side with the little bit of quartz in there showing. But look over here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I just saw this and I thought this was so awesome. There. Can you see that hole there? It looks like it is heart-shaped. It totally looks like it is heart-shaped.
Yes, I do.
That is so cool. I don't know if that's natural occurring or not.
Is it like a geode thing or something?
Yeah, it's like, geode thing. But so I'm trying to get it as close as I can to show it. You can see it there. It's pretty wild.
Okay. So, 7 Earth Princess. The stars is your Lenormand first card. And then the dark heart, which is really the heart. This is just Halloween imagery.
Okay. So, I can't help but wonder now, 7 Earth Princess, if this is something to do with an emotional matter, that, there is something that has affected you, on an emotional level. So what this is saying is it's time to heal. It's time to heal and regain hope. Even in situations where all may be lost, there's always hope. Okay, so whether it's with this, with a relationship or something healing itself, or whether it's something to do with you healing your heart after something goes awry in a relationship, then, keep hope alive.
I like what she said there, and I look at that, the heart, influencing the stars, that kind of thing. And it makes me sort of subtly or not relook at the top cards here.
Well, go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
and what I see is that you are making the decision based on strength issues of your heart and choosing to take that voyage for healing.
Okay, could you put those back up? Thank you. So, the other thing I want to say, other than relationships, is that, if this is related to a goal or a heart desire, even if sometimes you just have to step back from that to also find, get your energy, your motivation, your drive back so that you can work on your goals. It's a good decision right now to take a step back from things. That's what we have for you. Unless you want to add something else, Mr. O.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
And I've just asked for Violet to close the list because we do have a lot of people to get through in the half hour remaining, so we will no doubt go to overtime. Sadly.
Yeah, that's fine. We're good.
All right. And Susie is here now and has asked, does Alika happy with D Scorpio? Does he love her?
Okay.
And that's your deck.
All right. I'm going to go with want to do the ghost and spirit one again.
Thanks, Violet. I thought you already did, Libra, but that's okay. Go ahead.
I didn't think so. But
I don't
maybe
remember.
missed it.
Everything's a blur. Is
Here
tired.
you go, Blur Boy.
Blur boy. That's the sweetest thing you've ever called me.
Wow. Okay.
Well, especially compared to some of the things I've called you. Not going to.
All right. The Fool is upright. The King of Swords is upright.
I like his ghostly face.
Five of Pentacles is upright. You're putting them backwards?
Well, it depends on how you say. I just wanted them to... Oh, you're right. That's what I wanted to do. Sorry.
That's okay.
Not if you say so. The Five of Pentacles. That's okay. I just had a
Well, you know what? I feel
spatial thing going
here
on.
that, yes, I think there is love here. I do. But, yeah, and I feel like that they've started a real grand adventure together. That they're happy together. The King of Swords makes me feel like he feels he's made a really good decision.
I think this is really true. The point of it is that King of Swords there in the middle, that it is about the decision but the Five of Pentacles may suggest that there is still this idea
Yeah, go ahead.
of wanting more or thinking you've lost something or not feeling exactly what you thought you should feel. So maybe there is a little bit of regret for something.
I don't believe there's any regret at all. That's
What
just
is that?
me. I think with the Five of Pentacles here, what it's just telling me is that despite the fact that they feel they're on a grand adventure, they do seem to have love for each other, that Alika likes Dee or loves Dee. He thinks they made the right decision. Let's just say that. That their lives together, they're going to have some difficulties to overcome from time to time. It's not an easy relationship. It may be that they have issues between each other, or they feel that they may lack something in their lives. I just feel as though, like it could be money. I don't know why. It could be money. It could be something to do with a health concern.
Okay,
Do they
that's
have
good.
children together yet or anything? I'm asking because I wonder if here this could indicate that maybe, it's possible they might not be able to have a child or something. That something is not completing them.
That's a good way of looking at it, I guess. I
Yeah.
would agree with that.
I'm sorry. That's the way I wanted to go.
Sure.
But
Let's
yeah.
do the Lenormand.
You are welcome to your way.
No, I like it.
Yeah, see, okay. We have the clouds. Now, in the traditional Lenormand, the light side would be facing the cross. So, I feel like over time, there will be some issues that surface. There might be some grief, some worries, some long-term sorrow. And that's why, I don't know why, I feel that this may have something to do with children or family in some way. That just hits me. But you can go ahead. I don't know where you want to go with that.
Well, this card influences that one. It seems to me like what is going on is that maybe to some degree they won't exactly perceive or understand where their issues are at first, and so they may, just sort of wait for things to brighten. I think it's really saying that to some degree remorse over anything is something that will just shift as the clouds might shift.
That's what we have for you, Susie. Good luck with that. We'll grab that. And 7 Earth Princess liked your princess deck.
I know, I'm responding to them.
It just didn't resonate with me, and can't explain
You're
why.
welcome, Susie.
Sometimes you buy a deck and you have certain expectations, and if they're not met, and also if you just work with it a little bit and you realize there's just nothing here for me, then I would, it either gets tabled for a while, I might revisit it and make sure I really feel that way, and then I decide, I just made a mistake. Unless I feel it's worth collecting and keeping. And Mr. O likes it, so that is good.
Yeah, I do like it.
And it's nothing personal about the deck, really. Estelle's turn. Yes, that's right. Oh boy.
Dr. Victor, we're sorry, but we've had to close the list because we're not going to be done. We already have about 8 readings.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dr. V. Sundays, I know, we all have lives, but Sundays you kind of got to get here early now because
right, we
fill up fast.
We're less than a half an hour from closing, and we still have about 7 or 8 to do. So
actually, 1, 2, 3. You're right. 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, 7. Yeah. Counting Estelle, that might be 8. Yeah, 8 with the cell. Okay,
I hope you can try to get us
true for me and true. He wanted to marry me when we were together.
I hope you can try and get us on Thursday, maybe, or next week, but earlier, Dr. Victor.
All right. And I'll be honest with you, too.
No.
Sonny, come here.
Now he's cowed down there because I shouted at him.
Sonny.
He's going.
Come on. There you are. Let me give you a pat. You should come up here. I'll move the chair for you. Stay here. Just a minute, Sonny. Stay. Oh, there you go. You figured it out for yourself. Good boy. Good boy. That's what I like, when Sonny cooperates. All right.
Should we do that as a yes or no and see?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think we might get more nuance with 3 cards on this one, but... Yes, he does, Angel Rivera. He moved back a little bit, though. He could have came closer. I guess I got too much stuff here for him. Oh,
okay,
Sonny.
Estelle, your first card is the King of Wands. The second card is the Six of Wands, reversed. That's the one with the sort of Hendrix kind of figure there. And then lastly, it's the Five of Cups, and that one is upright.
Huh. Okay. So, were the feelings true? I don't know. I mean, my first thought was yes. Yes. But then I looked at some of these other cards and I'm wondering if they really were true. I feel that Alabak was really kind of full of himself, but in a positive way. He understood his power to attract people to him. And the Six of Wands reversed is kind of showing maybe a malevolent or selfish use of that. You know, when you combine those two together. And so I wonder here if, maybe initially he was happy, his feelings were true, but he was always kind of keeping the door open, maybe looking for something else. Now, that's not always a traditional way to look at the final Five of Cups. Another way I could look at that is to say is that he just felt some incompleteness or disappointment, in the relationship, and he wanted something more.
I think you kind of hit it, Banshee, because that's what I was going to say too, is that the King of Wands with this card kind of strikes me as somebody who really got very assured about themselves and their capabilities and felt that they were the star. They're the main act. And so it could be, now with me, with the Six of Wands, I would just say that maybe they felt that something left your relationship, maybe the feeling that they would continue to be the star. Like maybe they felt you were taking attention away from them, or somehow you were interfering with them getting attention. They didn't want to share the attention they were getting from others with you in a relationship. Because ultimately they maybe truly weren't satisfied, or once things were moving in that direction, they realized they like the feelings that they were getting from others, perhaps instilling them with more confidence or telling them you're the best than they did in your relationship. So I'm going to do the Lenormand now to see what else that might tell us. Let's throw these back up there again. So first we drew the house, and then we drew the ship.
The house and the ship. Well, he didn't want to settle down. He clearly wanted to keep his options open and move. He was more into, keeping moving. I don't know how else to say it. Comfort and security, that you provided may not have been what at the time he was looking for.
I like that. And Asel, I think that means that eventually they thought they needed attention from others, or that they felt that you could have been giving him more attention, but you weren't.
Well, what's interesting is that Six of Wands, which is a guy on a horse, generally moving through the crowd, and then we have the ship moving. I just think that, he just was maybe intending to move on for a while, I think, in your relationship. Even if it was very magnanimous for a while, he just never totally settled down. That's what we have for you, Asel. Sorry, don't have better outlook there.
All right, so Sonali is next.
Sonali. I'm going to use my Macabre Tarot for the first time. It's probably only going to come out around the holiday season, unless I do a all terror.
We're doing it now, Sonali.
Yep, Sonali.
Wow, thanks for staying up with us. 1:15.
Divine message from higher self. Okay, we got it. Mr. O promises
welcome,
someday to do the witching hour. Considering he made it up in alert at an event till 11 o'clock, I think we're ready to wake up and try that, eh? Sometime soon?
So if we did the witching hour at 3 in the morning, it would be 1 in the afternoon for Sonali. Because you're about 10 hours different from us.
All right. Here you go.
No, we're sorry, Viddy. It's really too late. We're only 50 minutes from closing time, and we still have about 6 or 7 readings. So we simply couldn't take you. I'm really sorry. I hope you could come back another time earlier. And I'm sorry about that, Estelle. Okay, Sonali. Yeah, I'm feeling sleepy too, but I got a few hours to go.
Okay, we have the Ace of Swords upright. Interesting. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. Aww. And then we have the Sun upright. Hey, this is a scary horror deck, but they're all really not that horror-looking cards, are they?
No, they're not.
So, and they're really positive, actually, Sonali, for the most part here. That Ace of Swords indicates that, and this is a divine message, right? I just want to remind myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, divine message. You may have some important decisions to make. This could also be the beginning of, this could also indicate, actually, I'm beginning to wonder here, I'm changing my thought pattern. It looks like maybe some recent decisions or choices you've made, or something has come your way that is really sort of a step up for you, a victory of some sort. Some gain here. Now, it might be because you've really started to pay attention, or Spirit is saying, paying attention to your own interests and what's in your own best interests, and also acting for the greater good or your own personal good as well. In other words, doing everything on the up and up might land you a great victory. This is like, because I see the sun here too, and the sun is all about success.
This is really a divine message for success.
Yeah.
There's a framing on either side of that. The Ace of Swords is a decisive victory or campaign. The sun itself is incredibly magnanimous and promises all kinds of things. The Seven of Daggers or Swords, to me, feels a little bit wonky. I don't sort of feel it the same way that Banshee does, but I do sort of feel like it's saying really about something that happens out in the open without being covert or looking overly planned or staged. And so I'm thinking this is saying your victory really hits a lot of points for a lot of people, that it doesn't really rub anyone the wrong way. And that's what the divine message is that focus on your own personal success and try to keep everything really honest and in the open. You'll have a greater chance of people understanding exactly what you're trying to accomplish, and maybe they will want to support you.
That's a good point, Angel. I mean, we are ruling out possibly doing a third show, or, like I said, modifying our readings a little bit, because, we do like to talk. And apparently we did have a lot to say today, so that might play into why we're running so late.
The midnight hour.
He's doing what I like to do with those darn
Oh no, where'd my teeth go?
and we like to goof around a lot too, apparently, so
All right, Sonali.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
We still have something else,
we got the Lenormand though, Sonali. This is very, very positive. Oh, it's my Lenormand. That's why.
You know, being a vampire was always my most favorite Halloween costume.
Sure
I always
was.
wanted to be a vampire. I won a prize for having a Ben Cooper cheap Halloween costume in the only Halloween, well, the first Halloween contest I ever went to. I won scariest costume. Many years later, that's a tale for another day. More of an adulthood tale. All right, clouds.
So again, the light side is facing the lilies. So I almost feel like saying here, Sinelli, that in time, things are going to start becoming more clear. Then you're going to achieve more clarity in your life and in your direction. It's possible here that this success that you are going to be experiencing is going to really clarify a lot of things for you moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's exactly true, that this divine message saying really be honest and magnanimous, I think is really a sign of evolving purpose, and that as this continues to evolve, many of the daytime frustrations, or what I'm trying to say, frustrations or difficulties will just kind of dissipate like clouds.
Did you see Angel's
No, I didn't get a chance yet.
vampiric message? Well,
I like that idea. I remember that in the
instead of I want to suck your blood, it's I want to read your books.
I want your books to be returned on time.
Yeah.
Happy Diwali, sweetie. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Happy Diwali. I'm sorry. Blessings to you. Thank you.
The Festival of Light.
Yeah.
You too. That's kind of interesting because you got the sun
Yeah.
for Diwali. Very nice.
Sounds like a divine message to me, Sinelli.
Brighton.
Awesome.
That's why you said that, I think.
Yeah. Hey, Libra, it is your turn, I believe.
Good books. That's right. Libra asked a question previously.
Okay,
Libra
true that,
asked,
Angel.
what's coming towards them?
Okay.
So is that my deck or yours?
Yes, I just did my Macabre Tarot.
All right. So I'm going to go to the Princess deck. I kind of like it. But sometimes...
See, I would have mini fangs. He has giant fangs, but I would always bite to the white portion of the candy corn and stick those on my teeth.
Purist.
But, it looks like they short shrift the white
Good night,
portion.
Sonali.
They used to be bigger. Anyway.
Hard times for vampires.
I digress. And you were saying something and I cut you off again. I'm sorry.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Good night, Sonali.
Have a good night, Sonali.
Thanks for staying up with us.
Oh, Kara's a werewolf. Werewolf by night and day.
Let's watch Werewolf by Night
Yes, I guess
on
we
the
have
Disney
to.
Plus.
I know.
I'm surprised you didn't want to see Thor's naked butt in the
I
latest
do.
Thor
We will
movie.
watch these things. We will. It's just Ghost-tober on Travel Channel and Food Network, and I watch some of those shows, I admit.
All right.
Too many of them.
Okay, so Libra, what is coming
Yeah.
towards you?
Come on. Hop, hop.
Nine of Wands, upright.
Nine of
It's a
Wands.
headless ghost.
Oh, my.
Reversed Emperor. and Nine of Cups reversed.
Oh my gosh.
So that's not very good, but it is 2-9, so it's kind of interesting. It may be talking about things that either are renewing themselves or ending and renewing, that kind of thing.
Where are you getting that from?
The 2 9s. I'm just throwing it out as a general association.
So that's not, well, the it's interesting here because, I don't know that this is very happy, Libra. The Nine of Wands is encouraging you to prepare yourself for something. Whether, obviously you're concerned about some health things, you did bring that up, but I'm not going to just totally refer to that. But to prepare yourself for something that needs to be done, stand ready. Because the Emperor here is saying, at this time, you don't want to lose control. You want to try to keep balance. And there is the potential for that if you're not prepared. And it may have to do with, your dreams, goals, desires. Some things may have to be delayed or put on hold for a while. And maybe it's because of this Emperor reversed, or maybe it's really because whatever it is you need to prepare for.
Okay, well, I agree with Banshee. I think the Nine of Wands is saying, prepare yourself. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Try to stay calm. Be prepared. The idea maybe of something that challenges your autonomy, your ability to control your destiny. That could be something like diabetes or certain other kind of health situations make us feel we are not in control of our lives anymore. Right. We're relying on medicines and doctors, and it's a very distressing feeling for many people. Once again, don't lose your head. Try to accept the burden that you may need to, and work with it. And then finally, the Nine of Cups. Yes, this may not be the bed of perfect roses. You may not get exactly what you want. It doesn't mean that you can't really find that spot where contentment or good things do happen to you. You may have to just face yourself to that idea, though.
I just thought of something else I wanted to say. So this is about preparation and preparing for yourself. So if this does by chance relate to your health issues, I'm thinking about it this way because it just popped into my head. So preparing yourself, and if needs be, consult other authorities. This might be saying maybe you're not getting enough information, right, or you might need second opinions. And the 9 could be talking about here, maybe underlying this. Now, there could be an excess of something. So, you brought up sugar, but you're testing okay on that. But maybe it's something else. Maybe there's something going on in your metabolic system. There's an excess of bacteria. There's an excess of certain hormones being released right now. Because you brought up the stress angle earlier. So the Nine of Cups can be about things in excess. So I just wanted to throw that out as a possible, we're not doctors. Rest assured, you have to check your physicians, but maybe that's something that might surface, as you dig deeper as to what could be causing this.
Damn, you're good.
Why?
You are good.
Okay.
You are. Okay, Libra, here's the Lenormand to give us another little extra bit here. And wondering if V is out there. We'll see. All right.
I thought V left a question, so don't.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
V might have. It was a general reading. That's what I remember. Okay, so the first card is the Grim Reaper, which is the Scythe.
Uh-huh.
And then the second card is the Gate, which is the Mountains. So,
go on.
Mountains influencing the Scythe. So some of these difficulties may or if they are possibly coming towards you in the range that I have talked about more maybe than her, but it may be, and I'm thinking that's why I'm just sort of holding on that idea of a health situation. Those difficulties or struggles may impact how you can do other things in your life that are specifically about maybe clearing a way for other things. So in other words, health problems or other situations that become a struggle do have the possibility of limiting some things for you, making changes to your lifestyle, and you should prepare yourself for some of that.
Yeah, V wanted a general reading for the rest of the month. I just found that when we get to it. You know what, though, Libra? When I'm looking at this, as far as a health concern goes, and, well, first, as far as a general reading goes, this might be saying that I have to go the opposite with this one because the psych is cutting through the mountain or trying to.
But this one influences that one.
I understand that. So what I want to say is sometimes there are no shortcuts to overcoming your obstacles or difficulties. It's a process.
I hate you. You're freaking too good.
And then secondly, Libra, as far as the health matters go specifically, I wonder if your problems won't be solved by a slight procedure of some sort. There may be a surgical procedure involved because, of course, knives cut, but it could be something else as well. So I would possibly think that could be as well.
All right.
You just could study the Lenormand more on your own as well. And yeah, you too could.
That's what we have for you, Libra.
But Mr. O really does himself a disservice. Mr. O is fantastic. Everybody has to agree. Come on.
I don't feel so fantastic.
Oh, jeez. All right. V wanted general reading for the rest of the month. That's right. Thank you, Violet. All right. And it's my deck again.
We passed the Rubicon. We are officially in overtime.
And we're not doing too badly.
No, we're not.
Even though we had turned people away. And yes, you know what? We do have to rethink things soon because I really don't like to turn people away. And I know people like the longer readings, which would mean either we'd have to add an extra day. But then again, if the same people come for readings and others continue to miss out, we may have to do some juggling here. Because if we realize we've read for you one person twice or three times in a week, and somebody's been coming in several times, even if late, but aren't able to get in.
I've seen that on other lists that sometimes, or other groups, that sometimes if you've had a reading once that week, you have to wait till the next week.
Well, or be put lower on the list, maybe.
Or be put lower on the list,
others could get their readings. Maybe
but
we just
the irony of that is that a lot of the same people who are mostly a number of time zones away from us are the ones who arrive later on the list. So making them wait even longer doesn't really seem like the best solution either.
Well, we just have to think about it. And for also people leaving their questions and be willing to, look at them later if needs be, that might be the way to go for some of the time zone difficulties as well.
The whole thing, though, is that we pride ourselves on being a tarot tribe, and we like having, all of you like us and support us. So it's going to be some
Set a
some
limit,
thoughts.
Violet says.
I know, I was saying it because of that. You make good choices.
Well, I always break that rule for myself, Violet. I mean, I read every day for myself, so...
It's true, Violet, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's the Six of Pentacles reversed. Ten of Wands, upright. Is that Shrek? No. He's not green enough.
Come on.
And then another six, not reversed, the Six of Wands. Interesting.
See? I understand, though, and I think you're right about setting some limits. I'm just trying to figure it out. Think of some different ideas, some out-of-the-box ones, perhaps. The Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, V. I feel as though there's some flow issues in the week ahead. That, that it may be hard
Months.
in the month. I'm sorry, till the end of the month. So it's really a couple weeks ahead. So at any rate, I feel here there's some flow issues. There's some problems with the ebb and flow of things in your life right now. It could involve your material concerns. You might be carrying just a little bit too much of a heavy load right now, and feeling some stress and strain, whether this is in your personal relationships. Some areas of your life are more demanding of your time than others right now, and maybe you need to achieve balance again. And also, you know what? Maybe you need to get others to really recognize that and understand. You've made a lot of sacrifices, and you appreciate the fact that people might be grateful for your efforts, but maybe it's time for them too to give you, instead of giving you applause, giving you a hand.
That's clearly what's coming with the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands combined. The idea that you're probably getting to the point where if you haven't been talking about it, it should be clear to most people who would understand or respect you. And this could be anywhere in your life. It doesn't have to be your workplace, like, your boss gives you too many tasks to do. It could be other things too. It could be around the home. You have too much to do and no real tools or cooperation for that. The kind of things you do are possibly so important that this needs to be taken into account. The Six of Wands says if you're able to approach this not so much from a gentle point of view, but really from a masterful and just neutral point of view that tends to be a little bit going towards magnanimousness, you could probably come across better.
I like it. All right. That's a fairly cut and dry message for you, V.
The third live stream will not happen every week. If we do a witching hour live stream, it's
go ahead.
That'll be first before anything else.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the witching hour live stream. I'm talking about a regular show. And if we did do a third one, it probably would not be 2 hours.
Even if you put a gun to my head. You used to say that.
You're so silly. All right.
I love you all.
Hey, we have plenty to think about for the weeks ahead. Trust me. All right. So, V.
Oh, excuse me for having something in my eye. The man.
You can't have something in your eye at the wrong time. The writer. You might be getting a message from somebody too by the end of the month. A gentleman maybe, whether it's friend, lover. It could be a man. It could just be somebody you know.
It could be a devil man.
No.
Look, he looks like a devil.
It could be somebody you know. It's just, I don't know that it's related to this because this is a general reading. I just feel it's important for you to know that, whether it's related to this or not, somebody might be contacting you by the end of the month that maybe has been out of touch for a while.
Yeah, I mean, as part of a general reading, I don't even know, if you gender identify, so I don't know what that is. But it could be about you. It could be saying that really the time to make this decision about this, talking out to others, reaching out to others, is probably pretty soon or will happen soon. An opportunity for that. I like what you said there.
I know, I saw it too.
Lightning strikes.
We might do that. He's always wanted to do something called...
Lightning strikes.
No, I thought it was the lightning round.
The lightning round. Whoops, yeah. I'm sorry. The lightning round.
I have to remember your thoughts.
But no, because I changed it to express just now because that's what we're talking about. Express, the express lightning round.
The express lane.
Express lane. TFT express lane.
We'll have to think about it. Well, that's what we have for you, V. Did you cover that okay? You're comfortable?
Yeah, I think I did. Did we show them?
Did we? Yeah, I thought you... Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we
there
did.
they are.
We did.
Okay. Hello.
No, I want.
Why, you want to bend them some more? Oh, stop it! We're getting really wonky here at the end of the show, as you can see.
It's not punch drunk, it's punch stoned.
All right. You know, it's funny. When I was going through decks for sale, I came across some crystal decks, and I'm really interested in doing them. And I think once I get done with Self-Care Saturdays, they will be, and this is all tongue-in-cheek now, they will be called Get Stoned Saturdays. And I'll be using my stone decks.
But then we could have Marijuana Mondays.
No. You know, there's a cannabis oracle deck out that I did not
Weed
buy.
Wednesdays. Token Tuesdays.
Token Tuesdays. All right. Somebody's really into this concept. Too much. All right. Hey, Buddy, you are up.
Buddy wants to know if their Libra will forgive them. Has their Libra forgiven them? It's your deck, right?
Yes.
All right.
No, wait a minute. I just used mine. You are stealing my cards.
Only the Lenormand.
No, you took my Halloween ones over there, too. I grabbed them from you.
Okay, I'm going to use the Karma Tarot for that. Because I think that sounds like a real karmic kind of question, Buddy Blue.
Well, thank goodness we're down to our last, it looks like 4 readings, so that...
I can make it. I can make it. I can be good if I want to be.
Oh, really? Well, these are really different and unique, and some of them are older, and I'm like, now why did I let these go by the wayside? So I know I have 3 for sure. I may actually have a 4th one, which would round out a month's worth of oracle readings. I like to, swap the decks out. So I'm thinking about it. But I think Self-Care Saturdays are going to be around for a bit yet through the winter months. And then maybe I'll switch it over through some of the early winter months.
Yeah, you could do that for her. She'll
Okay, yeah, I definitely. We'll see if I have it. I don't realize it. I'm always like bumping into stuff and like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's what happens when you are a collector. And also it's the way I arrange my shelves because I have no space. So I have this one kind of book cabinet that I put some of my bigger decks in, and I have to and I have 2 rows on one shelf. So the things that are in the back, I have to kind of move things around to see them.
Buddy Blue asks, has their Libra forgiven them?
Yep.
All right, so there's the first card is the Tower reversed.
Ooh.
Followed by the 8 of Cups. This is definitely telling a story.
Yes, but let's see.
And then the Hermit.
That Hermit is very positive and sheds some light on the situation, if you pardon my pun. But the thing is, Buddy, this is serious. So you're wondering if this person has forgiven? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Because the Tower is reversed here. And it kind of indicates to me that they might be wrapped up in repeating, cycles over and over again, which means really, I don't know if they're at that point in their heart where they can forgive. They have moved on, I think, to what they feel are better times, but you know what? Or to better conditions, but you know what? Without that light of knowledge, they still may be having difficulties or crises from time to time in their lives that they keep repeating.
Well, I don't want to feel like I'm taking sides or being moralistic, but it may be that they do feel they're right. They do feel they're better being on their own or somewhere else. Hence the idea that, yes, they had moved on. It could be that this applies to both of you, at least theoretically from their point of view, maybe not so much from you, but the idea that maybe this was something that was insurmountable, that could not necessarily, a lesson could be taken from it, and an attempt to rebuild the tower could happen again. So I do feel like if they forgive you, it might just be something that's within themselves, and that it would probably never, manifest anywhere else.
I do like what you said there, very much so. So, buddy, we're giving you a couple of different things to think about here, So take what resonates. His point is very well taken about that they could feel they are the light one here. They are right. But I also think there was merit in what I said. They may be in they may just be repeating this drama over and over in their heads again. And even though they've moved on, they haven't let it go. And so they really need to do so. They need to shed light on this and finally learn the lesson, forgive themselves and you, and move on.
So once again, we pulled the Sith as the first card in the Lenormand, and then the Candy, which is the flowers.
Yes.
And the flowers represents a gift, perhaps.
Joy, happiness,
of course.
Things that bring happiness, excitement. So
I got mine.
Cut the sugar. No, it's not what it means. But
Thanks,
you know
Angel.
what? I think this idea of this lack of forgiveness here, and even if they feel they are right, clearly they're still experiencing something that is cutting into the joy and happiness that they could be experiencing. They really need to forgive themselves and you and move on. And they may be, a lot of people get in denial about stuff like this, If you were to confront a person about it and say, I hope, won't you forgive me? Or, and they may say they have, but they didn't. And they may also be in denial that they may say they've moved on, but on a certain level, they haven't. It's still affecting their joy.
I agree with these. I think that this is definitely true here, because now I feel like they just feel they're stoic. They feel that they're better being stoic, but in a sense, they feel like they're walking by you who are desolate or defeated. And so, in a sense, it's very haughty of them, I think, perhaps, that they would probably never really be able to forgive you. They want to have this impression that, you haven't earned maybe this approval from them again. I'm sorry about that.
Well, I thought about that cannabis deck too, trust me. But, and maybe it'll end up there. I also saw I can't remember what it was called, but it was a marijuana kind of tarot, but it looked, I don't know, it just didn't look really that great to me. Sorry you're missing your turn, Angel Rivera, but we will get to you next time, Thursday. Good luck with the consult.
All right, so that's what we had for you, Buddy Blue.
And yep, that's it, Buddy Blue. Good luck with that situation.
Thanks, Angel. It's okay from our end. It's another 5 to 10 minutes that we could leave earlier. Kara, don't you fail us too.
This one deck that I did see, though, seriously, the tarot deck, I wasn't sure if it was Pippi or not from what I could see of it, but the images they had on there were very kind of, I don't know. They didn't look all that great to me. I am curious about the Cannabis Oracle, though, because I think it looks really well done. So it may, and I could be wrong. It might be a purchase I'll regret.
Violet, I know you've been calling for Kara for a few minutes, so do you want to get ready to do the countdown?
Kara, have you abandoned us? Are you having a mocha or whatever it was
General.
you had earlier?
Okay.
There she is.
No, you didn't. You did not abandon us. So for that,
you get my macabre tarot.
You get Sunny sleeping over on the other side.
You get my scary, spooky one. Use it in public readings. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? I could use it next year in another plant and tree oracle. Daily oracle thing that I'm doing this year.
The future is hazed.
It is a plant after all.
Purple haze. I know that was about LSD. But...
And it has healing properties. So they say. All right.
You're welcome, Buddy Blue. Best wishes always.
Well, the DC Comics Tarot is coming out next month, and I'm seriously considering that one. I like some of the images I saw on it. I'm willing to maybe give it a shot. I mean, hey, I got the Marvel Oracle. I got the Star Trek deck. So, I may just go there.
Good luck on your reading gig later in the semester. Maybe you could combine if there is any kind of student group that's about, pro marijuana.
Well, I bet I could find where it could be useful. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, right?
There you go.
When they do their 420 celebration next year.
Or that's just another show idea for us too.
Oh no,
TFT.
No. Does 420.
TFT Dank. TFT Dank. 50 Shades of Dank.
It's one of the first, I think, places in Michigan where they legalized or decriminalized, marijuana possession.
Hoodoo and hash.
Okay, we gotta get serious here. Serious.
Okay, so this was a general reading for
Kara.
Kara.
The Five of Swords. Gosh, Kara, but it's reversed, but it's never a happy card.
Oh, that's like you're dying. No.
Oh, no.
Well, metaphorically.
Justice, upright. That's an interesting look at justice.
See?
Okay, now I have to think. It's the Terror of Daggers. And fortunately for me, I have my manual here.
It's probably the Queen.
It's a court card, but it's not. No, the Queen is actually the haunting. The Terrors are pages. So it is the Page of Swords.
Okay.
All right. So what we have here is a failure to communicate. No, that's upright. That's upright. So here's the situation, Kara. If you feel, I think this is tough. Usually I tell people when the 5 comes up, hey, if you can walk away from the situation, walk away from it, because nobody wins here, right? It's the 5 of Swords, upright or reversed. Nobody seems to win here. But here's the Justice card looming large, in my opinion, here. And so I'm almost wondering here if you need to stand up for yourself against bullying, against, people who may not be treating you right in some way. But, when you do so, make sure your integrity is intact. Do not stoop to their level. Always communicate openly, honestly, directly, but not abusively or harmfully. So it's tricky, but you want to right the balance. You want to stand up for yourself.
I think you're on the dot here with that. I think this is saying, Kara, that you may have some involvement in a relative group. Here's people you might hang around with, whether online or not. And you may have to feel like you sort of have to make a point to stop some, pretty bitter stuff that's going on. I sort of feel like you're taking charge here. You're putting yourself above it, but not necessarily in a too proud way. You're sort of saying this is about being diplomatic with all of us here, whatever the situation is. And if it doesn't apply to online friends, then it just might apply to other situations where you are involved in some sort of dialogue. Maybe it's more in earnest.
Yeah.
And I hope you find that, V, and you're welcome.
Absolutely. Thanks for leaving your question. It makes it easy.
That worked out pretty good for us. Just remind everybody that, of course, we are back on Thursday nights. Also, too, we're back with Happy Hour this Saturday.
Yay!
Happy Hour will return at its normal time of 10 a.m. for approximately 1 hour. As will my emotional exchanges next Friday. Almost a special Halloween issue. So in the Lenormand for Kara, we see the stars. And we see that. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, because a lot of things about the situation may be calculating, trying to play on that. I suspect some amount of bullyism, whether it isn't even a friend level, like if it's professional and it's just like really, or semi-professional, unbecoming.
La hora feliz. I like that. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You
I
know,
agree with that, Kara.
Sometimes this could mean the opposite, the end of hope. So he's right in saying, well, I'm not saying the opposite, because if we're reading this affects that. The end of hope. So in other words, he's right. Don't lose hope. Don't let them bring you down. You know what? Shine your light. Don't let others bring you down. Say your piece. Attempt to right the wrongs. And if needs be, just walk away. You know, you are bigger. Be the bigger person in the room. Don't be the person who's going to stoop to the level of, people who are like that. So we have for you.
And that's what we have for you.
Look
And
at that, Kara.
I like the idea of doing TFT Express Lane as a 1 hour in and out with short readings.
I have a thought, though.
Well, I always like to think about going with different time periods that we haven't been at before, just to be able to offer what we do around the clock on some level. That's why, of course, we've been thinking for months and bracing ourselves to do TFT, the Witching Hour.
Right, but then again, some of the people who come to our shows may not be able to make it at those times because they work or whatever. So my thinking too, I have another idea here I'm going to throw out, is that yes, we do one-card readings for most people there, but if we have a name, and I can keep track of that, if we have a name that we have said, no, we're sorry, we couldn't do a 3-card reading for you, I would like to do 3 cards for those people at that show if they show up. Only for those who missed out on a reading because we couldn't fit them in.
I see.
It's possible. We just keep it quick and do it.
Maybe.
Because it won't be many.
We can fine tune that.
We will look at this because I
Okay.
want to be fair to people who missed our show, missed getting a good reading.
Maybe we should just go TFT 24/7.
God.
And because we're doing so well here, we'll hire DoorDash to just drop off food occasionally. We will have to take some bio
We'll
breaks.
have to, or you'll see us shoving, sliders, pizza down our throats.
Whatever it takes for the
Not
tribe.
sushi, but Chinese food maybe, or whatever.
And since we don't film in Odorama, we won't need to take showers. We'll just stay here stinky and read.
All right, moving on. Oh my gosh.
Mama T, and she asked if things will improve. Is it my deck or yours? It's mine. It's mine.
It's yours.
Alrighty, so I'm going to use the Princess Tarot again. The Tarot of the Princesses. Not because Mama T is a princess, but just because she should be treated like
All
that.
right, Angel, you go earn that pay. We'll see you soon.
Dreaming of pizza. There you go. You came back for your reading?
I really want to have a Pizza Hut Detroit style, see how they do it. Deep dish. I know they're only available, they said, for a limited time, Mr. O. Hint, hint.
The only other real problem is, of course, between my other job, I don't need to tell my employer that I need a permanent off day or part of day, because I already do that now with Thursdays, so that I can always be here for Thursdays. I tell them I cannot work Thursday nights, and so far they've been able to respect that. But I don't know that I want to give them one more, I can never work this time on this day.
Yeah.
So I have to think about that too. Okay, Mama T. So you get the Queen of Swords.
Then order a pizza this evening. Yeah, Violet, that sounds like a plan to me.
You get the Hierophant.
Oh, you're talking to Mama T. I want to order one.
I think you should just go out and pick up one.
What's this again?
It's the Princess of Swords, or Queen of Swords,
Okay.
sorry. No, I'm sorry. That's the King of Swords.
Oh. Oh, yeah, okay, King of Swords. 5 of Pentacles.
Hierophant.
Hierophant. Oh, that Roman numeral, yeah.
And then the reversed 6 of Wands, who's shown up before here today, I think.
Okay. And you said King of Swords, right?
Yes, it's the King.
You know, Mama T, decisions and choices you make right now can't be conventional. I mean, you really got to shake up the status quo somehow now and do things differently if you want things to improve. Whatever it is, you're really going to have to think about this now because, yeah, this is, and I might go another way with this in a minute because I think I have a feeling I know what he's going to say already. But my reason I'm saying that is because of this right here. The 6 of Wands. You know, you won't achieve success or victory. Things will not get better if you don't do something differently. I feel here the status quo is not working for you. That's just the thing that came up initially. I do have another interpretation, but go, Mr. O.
Well, the Hierophant is upright, so I think it's saying that the status quo supports conventionality. The King of Swords is maybe saying you have to be prepared to decide things that are in your best interest as well as what seems to be mostly conventional. So maybe what it's saying really is that victory hinges more on that, about you make good choices, you make proper choices.
I guess the reason I said it was when I saw that come up, I thought, well, you know, you want things to get better, but it looks as though with this card here, things aren't getting better because you're still doing what you're doing. And
okay,
I can look at this another way too, though. I thought about this and I thought, well, you know, maybe the decisions you need to make here, well, maybe what you need is somebody with some authority, some knowledge, some greater knowledge to give you the advice and ideas that you need. You need to consult with somebody with more knowledge, to help you out of the bind you're in. I mean, that's another way I could look at it, and things won't get better without maybe some outside assistance or help.
And that could be what the Hierophant says too, is that maybe, from that conventional point of society, that's where, things could help in improvement. But Violet, I think you should know that it doesn't matter if she's too tired. I'm the one who cooks food mostly.
He does mostly cook the meals here. He does. I'll do it on occasion.
You should just go out and get us a pizza.
I might. He knows I've done it before.
It's about the only food you'll go and get.
And I do all the shopping. He forgets that.
All of it.
Yes.
I never go with you. I never
you
do
go
any
buy
little
your
shopping
little
on my own.
incidental lunchy supplies, etc.
No, I'm talking about when I go and...
Oh, you mean those times you come kicking and screaming?
No, when I go and pick up cat litter and maybe a few items that we do
Wait a minute.
need.
Oh, okay, whatever.
On my own. Not things for my lunch.
Whatever. Let's play... do you have a mini violin that you could put up there that I could play when you come up with these? Come on, let's get this show on the road. You're holding those cards. I'm falling asleep here. I'm getting sleepy.
That's what you are, a little goblin. But if you get pizza, we'll both be goblin.
We'll be gobbling it up.
And then the raven, which is...
Hey, that's good. This is all good. You know what? I feel like it's rough right now. But if you can, follow the advice given here, it looks as though a new opportunity may come along. But I think it's going to be stages of improvement. And you were talking about the hubby. I think you're worried and wondering if he will get a job. There is that possibility. And
right.
Of course,
No.
You're looking for something small, part-time, or whatever. Hey, that's what the child is all about. Small steps or small things that can be, that can bring a new beginning or, a better start.
Yes, tiredness is loopiness. Thanks for that, Violet. But I can't disagree with what Banshee sees here. The idea of the raven is the stork, the idea of new things beginning. It can mean a lot of different things, but it's pertinent to the question you asked. And I think it's really saying that things will improve, new things will arrive, but it's not going to happen super dramatically.
Right.
And that's what Banshee said too. The little goblin is like the child, and
Yep.
This is saying really that you sort of need to prepare for more incremental movement upward.
Well, Violet Lotus, it's your turn. But you never thought we'd get to you.
And hey, Laura, I know you're still in our chat room
Yeah.
there. Hey, thanks.
So, we're at that point now, and we'll just say goodbye. No, we're just kidding. We're kidding, Violet. We're kidding. What's your question? What do I need to work on? What do you need to work on? All right.
You're welcome, Mama Teresa.
Let's go to the cutesy Halloween deck.
I'm all
Hey,
crampy in
we're
my neck.
earlier than last Sunday, but of course we did 20 readings. I think this is 17 or 16 now we're doing today. We talked a lot. And so we did pretty
How's your
good
throat?
time-wise. Huh?
Throat.
A little bit congested, but not sore. I woke up with a sore throat this morning and I'm like, oh no.
No, you went to bed with one too.
Yeah, and I did. It was slight, but this morning it was really hurting when I first got up. But as soon as I had those sips of coffee, gone. So I really think it was maybe too much talky talk last night. We talked all day and all night.
We have that one too, Mama Teresa.
Yes, we have it too, Mama T.
So you have to say you love it too.
Cute little Bly. And Mr. O got me one a while back that's partner's Dabney, but I'm not going to bring Dabney out. I can barely reach Dabney. You can barely see it there now that I've moved Bly, though.
I thought it was Stab Me, Dab Me.
No, no. No, it is not.
For the Halloween
It's
season.
not even spooky.
For the Halloween
It's
season.
not even spooky.
Blue things scare me. Aqua? Yeah.
Hey, Violet, I don't know what you need to work on, but you're already getting applause.
The message of spirit, what you need to work on. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay.
Maybe it's how you handle success. So we'll talk about that.
Make room for all the people that are riding with you.
It's the Eight of Pumpkins reversed. So speaking of work, that's all about that. That's the Eight of Pentacles. And then we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Ghosts upright.
Oh, yes. Pick me. Pick me. I'm the ghost you want. I'm the ghost you want.
I love this deck. It's so whimsical. Kipling West is the artist on this one, and it's just fun. So, all right, the Six of Wands here. The Six of Wands indicates that, that's about victory. That's about accomplishment and achievement and being recognized for that. So what do you need to work on if that's there? I think you need to work on just how to handle that, how to achieve that maybe, how to feel like that you are getting the recognition for your efforts that you deserve. Well, and it does seem like and maybe this goes hand in hand here to try to tell you there is work to be done on that, and I know you're talking, for example, about doing, more reviews and blog posts, etc., sometimes too, and I think your quality is great, so I'm not just saying that, but make sure, just think about what do people really want, maybe that's it, or am I really reaching the audience I need to? There's something up here about working on what will help you achieve recognition or success for your efforts. And finally, right there, that's the Four of Cups. It's saying you really need to think about it, Instead of taking on more work at this time, how about working on achieving success with what you are doing so far and finding a better way? Go ahead.
So I feel that the Four of Ghosts has a little extra message for us with the moon there. I think this is saying use your intuition, use your psychic abilities, throw some cards, ask your spirits what it is about these choices, the ones you should be working on here. Because clearly with that Six of Imps, this is saying Spirit says we intend for you to ride out strong. Maybe it'll just be yourself, but it'll be like you have the power of 6 with you, as well as that little familiar there too that's on the back one there. It's sort of like saying there's a synergy that is possible for you with other forces to make you stronger, but use your intuition to guide you towards that. And then finally for me, with the Eight of Pumpkins reversed, I think this is also saying to still let that instinct, that's the little cat there, guide you towards making better decisions with how you physically enact this work. And by physically, I mean, since it's about spiritual work, making sure you set the right stage for yourself, making sure your phone's off the hook or turned down, LB's taking a nap, things like that, so that you can really work to maximize your success.
And that's a good point here too, because oftentimes the Eight of Pentacles is about a lack of motivation and stuff. I feel here too that maybe, in regards to what I was saying, we're always not so motivated about that. We're so into what we do, and how and what we want to give to people, that sometimes we lose focus on what people really need and want. So we lose the motivation to want to please people, and also because we don't think it's about that. We're not always in it for the fame and the glory. We're not always in it for the applause per se.
We're not?
Well, it's always wonderful. And I always love when we connect and we really resonate. But that's the important thing. Is your message hitting its mark? That's the important thing that we focus on. But, in order for our messages to have meaning, they have to reach people. And we have to look at how we are doing that. And, the ugly word of PR that nobody wants to hear, public relations, and marketing. Those are important things, though. They really are. And you don't have to take it to the level of, well, it's just about, money, or it's just about my ego. It's about getting your message to people. And that is marketing in its purest sense.
All right, Lenormand.
Yes. I always like the concept of marketing, but of course the way it's used, and then let's talk about when it reverts to being more like propaganda or, just trying to be a snake oil salesman, and you're using sleight of hand and words to do it and images. That's the dirty side of marketing.
So there's our horseman again. The crossroads.
So it's funny, we were talking about how you message, or get your message across to people, because now we have the writer. And the writer is somebody who's on the move, of course, but also it's about messaging. So maybe right now you are at a crossroads with how to really get your message to more people.
Right. I can't really add to that. I mean, I'm trying to look at it maybe more pointedly from this point of view towards that. The idea maybe that you are aware of the choices or paths to take, and so that informs where you really will go. It's not the other way around, like you're moving and you find the crossroads with your choice. And that's kind of interesting too, because of course this was about choices. So once again, it could just be saying that there's an instinct about these choices, or that you need to employ to move you towards, your right path.
Yeah. Interesting reading, Violet. I don't know what you'll take away from that, but good luck with that.
Hope you liked it.
All right. Hey, we're done.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. I want to thank everybody for spending the day with us. Laura, you are still here.
I can have cheeseburger or maybe pizza.
Gosh, I may have to go out and get pizza, but I wanted to get out in the open air today, so
I won't make you go out for that. We have food we can eat here.
Whoa!
Oh, okay. I thought we still had some Conchessi stuff to do.
Style
Oh, that's
pizza.
Right. Where's that at?
Pizza Hut.
Where's that at?
It's near.
Okay.
Do you want me to give directions?
No, because you're the one that's going. Oh, thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura. I could get it delivered, but we're cheapies.
Hey, Laura, can you tell me?
Here.
You may have told me before when I asked, but could you tell me our time difference between where we're at and where you're at? We're at 4:45 p.m. here. I'm just curious because I know you're sort of, a few hours later than us, I think. Yes, I certainly hope it's yummy. Detroit deep dish style pizza is really good.
They use special pans, and it's a weird story about how it originated. And as much as, I like a thin crust too, but there's something about the Detroit style I really like, even more than the Chicago deep dish. Chicago deep dish is like such a rare and really rich indulgence because it is just so thick with the sauce, the cheese. Detroit style's a little bit different, and the crust on it really caramelizes in a way that's just so yummy. I love it. So I want to see what Pizza Hut has done with it. We have a more regional chain. I think they're national probably, but I think they're regional to some extent, Jet's Pizza, and they do a really pretty good Detroit style. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at Laura because I'm really bad with military time computations, but I guess that would say that you're about 3 hours later than we are. You're about your 9 p.m.-ish or close to 9 p.m. there, or it could be 10 p.m. Fascinating.
All right.
It's the Saturn in my chart always makes me think about timing things.
Speaking of timing,
it's time to go get our pizza.
It's time to go. We so enjoy talking to everybody here. I want to thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you at, hopefully, some of you on Thursday night show. And, of course, at happy hour next week. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Tara. Bye, Laura. Bye, Angel. Bye, Violet. Bye, Mama Teresa. Whoever is here, goodbye.